I've been sitting here for the whole conference. I would have gotten a lot more done if I wasn't watching so much, but it's kind of been a trip down memory lane for me because, you know, when somebody brings something up, it kind of makes you think back about things you hadn't thought about for a while. And when I was in high school, I was in my library. I'm old enough, this is before, you know, Wikipedia and all this. And I found this book, and it was called Polyhedron Models. And it had a lot of math in it, and it had these, I guess, I'm not a mathematician, I'm not a scientist, I'm a trained architect, that's about it. I took enough structural engineering to be dangerous in college. Anyway, my point is that I didn't know how to do any of that math, I didn't even understand it. I didn't understand, what is it called, the stellations that were drawn in the book, but none of those made any sense either. They kind of looked like the polyhedrons, but I found one in there that had enough of a certain piece or two made that I could actually recreate it. I think it was the inverted snub icosahedron, and I had sent a text of it to Mark. I still have it. But you know, the point of this is that, and you all know this, probably more than any conference I've ever been to, there's this sort of sense of discovery, I think, and inquisitiveness that everyone in this room shares. That's really amazing. And so I don't have to explain to you why a person would do this. And I have to explain that to everyone at every other conference that I go to. And I have been to conferences on brain surgery, nuclear power, insurance, and they still are just like, but why are you know? So, thank you for understanding. So therefore, I won't have to really explain to you the why, but I'll explain to you a little bit of the what and the how. So, because everyone asks this, and it's understandable, even amongst you, you would want to know, like, what was the sort of start? Well, my grandfather was a card player, not professionally, but, you know, when we would go to Grandma and Grandpa's, it was like a card tournament the whole time. And between card games and refilling drinks and all this, he would always have a little house of cards. And I was obviously influenced by that. And but he didn't do it like this. And this was all something that I discovered by accident, which is so cool. I've seen so many of you say, you know, so I got this idea, so I started playing with it, basically, and whoa. So on the front of these cards, you'll see this kind of grid pattern. It's the horizontal sort of permutation of this. And so anywhere you see where I built a horizontal layer, like under these foam concrete blocks, they're not foam. That's the kind of original thing that I discovered during a blizzard, you know, as the son of a pig farmer in Iowa, nothing else going on, and I did. I discovered it in one day, and that same day I built clear to the ceiling. And I realized that I had something. I was working for an engineer in high school. I'd go to the office the second half of the day, and he knew that I did this, and he was like, well, what's the Guinness record? I'm like, well, it's, you know, 12 feet something. He's like, how high have you built? And I said, oh, 9. And he was like, all right. So anyway, he had a old Carnegie Library for an office. I went in like the next weekend, cranked one clear up to the ceiling, which was way past the Guinness record. And that was how I ended up being discovered by the National Enquirer. Iowa farm boy built skyscrapers out of cards or playing cards. I think that was the headline. Then I was on Good Morning America, and then, you know, it paid my way through college because I started doing shows. And anyway, but all of this that you see, the vertical version, the columns, they're all kind of derivatives of the initial grid. And you all know this. You discover something, and it's like the rungs on a ladder. You know, you do something, and it works, and it puts you up here now, And you start playing with that, and it sets the stage for that next discovery, probably by accident. And that sets the stage, it puts you up another rung on the ladder, and you're able to see things or understand things that you couldn't have even imagined before. And so that's how this has all happened, and I know that all of you get that. I don't have to explain to you how that could happen. Like, we must be a weird person to figure this all out. So in your world, I'm a very normal person. It's really great to be here for that reason. I think, at the end of every show, I have to, tear it down because it doesn't fit in my carry-on bag very well. And a lot of times I use a leaf blower. Wow. But I'm not going to do that here because you guys are, that's not good enough for you. What I want to do is I will do it from a couple different angles so you can see it. But one thing that will really, a lot of you saw me building it, so maybe some of this but like these cards in the corner, these are not doing anything. They're just here because I like how they look, mostly. But you'll notice that like right here, for those that are on this side, you see this card right here? And then there's another one down here. You see this one right there? I mean, that's really, those are the only thing that are holding this together. So I'm building this wall, so this is a shear wall, so it doesn't want to do this very bad. It wants to do this. But this one, because it's tied to it, it creates, they solve each other's problems, structurally, basically. So here's what I'll do. Someone gave a Jenga presentation earlier, so let's just take these off, get them out of the way. And if the top of this goes off, that's okay. Or is it? Okay, so we're gonna get these off of here. Okay, that's most of them. Okay, so now I'm gonna start taking apart this piece. Now, just watch this. Look how much of that I'm taking out of there. It's like I could basically make this into a screen. See, I didn't need all these cards. For those of you that, so you start to see, so now I'm going to start punching those out. I mean, I don't know if you can see I'm bumping it. I'm trying to go fast here. All of a sudden this is going to go, as you might imagine. I'm going to move again so those that on that side can see. And when you saw Erno Rubin doing this, so but notice how much of this remains. Like even after what I just did, and look at me, if I can push on this, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to take that out of there. Okay, get it out of the way. Now, take this off of here. Get that out of there. Get these out of the way. I don't know if that's going to come out of there, but I'll try. No, hang on.
Oh my God.
I mean, you know what microphones are good for?
Just put it in there and then punch it.
Well, okay, you want me to do that?
Yeah, like put the microphone under.
Okay, I'll do it like this. That's a normal demolition. Everybody like, woo! Okay, that's how I usually do it. Okay, so now I know you think this is styrofoam, and it is not. I just happen to have more of these up here. Now, the reason I didn't put these up here initially is I didn't want anyone to get hurt. So I'm gonna come over here and bump the table and down to go.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Just be careful with it.
Yeah, right.
No.
How much does it weigh?
I see them bending. Do you see them bending?
Just oh yeah, they're bending.
Just a tiny bit.
Do not take out that piece of card.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Just so you know, I planned. You'll notice there's a concrete block right there.
Right, yeah. Oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what is it?
Mark was asking me, why do you need so many bags? Well, you can only put one of these in each check bag.
Carry them on.
Yeah, well, dear. Okay. So I'm sure you think it's not real. Okay. I'm going to show you one more. I know you don't have all day. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to work.
Grab one of the blocks and smack it.
Oh, in the middle?
You guys all enjoying this nerd version of knocking this down?
Put the
I thought you would.
Wait, put the microphone at the bottom. And you get to hear all the cards.
I'm not worried about the cards supporting this. I'm worried about the table supporting it.
What are you doing?
Okay. I don't know if this will work. We'll see. It should work, but it depends on how straight up and down this is. I see it's a little damaged over here.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's see if we can. Usually I go, just kidding. So it's holding the weight. It just doesn't have the lateral stability. So if I messed around with this, balanced it on here.
It's gonna crumble like a house of cards.
And because none of you understand this, geometry is amazing. And it's not what you use, it's how you use it.
Let's have a big hand for Bryan. Making this all possible, and also to Rick and to Nancy, thank you all very much. And another one big hand for Bryan.